Yeah, g'day YouTube and everyone out there. So I thought I'd do a video for you just to explain quite a few of the same question I get all the time. So if God loves us so much, why is there so much pain and misery and so much hurt and everything inside the existence of the Matrix? And to put it bluntly, is you're dreaming to ever think that it's going to be without it. How can you create something out of a frequency of energy and remove the lower frequency energies that are needed to actually make the whole collective of that energy? You can't. You have to have the good with the bad. You have to have the bad with the good. It has always been like that, and it always will be like that. The fact that we strive for a universal world that's just peace and everything is just all the pure side of the one consciousness is bizarre, because you cannot do it. It would implode. You cannot have balance without having the balance of the negative included with the positive. So basically, you believe that the pain exists. You've been indoctrinated right through since your birth when you come into this world to understand that everything was ready here for fun, and through the amnesia system, that when you come through, you actually then were brainwashed to forget everything from spirit. Now, Spirit knew that we designed this reality. We wanted to play a game where it was detective, player one, fucking player two. The one team knows everything, the other teams are seeking for the truth, the other team is trying to push everything in an objective towards one. Right? The whole reason why the whole world right now is got the New World Order, the project for the fucking the Golden Age is coming and all that shit, is because that is a universal one world, and that's what it is. It really is just one world order, and that's what they've always been trying to do. See, the powers to be learnt a very long time ago about the self-aware electromagnetic intelligent energy, and that it governs all of creation, and they themselves are actually using it to the advantage of, well, through God's law of duality, they have to show us what everything is. So they're constantly telling us that everything is one, and there's not anything that's individual, it's all one. Create one out of this, merge all companies, merge all banks, merge all commercialism. Everything is trying to show that it's trying to do into the merge situation to become one. So the government, even though they are fucking against us inside of the Matrix and they don't understand much about what their spiritual beings are on the outside, and what they're doing is just playing another experience of one of those players inside of this Matrix, they are actually in it for the service to self. They want to make the money. They don't give a fuck what they tell you and shit. And they'll lie blue in the face and shit to get that money from you and shit. But at the same time, they're also always pushing that one agenda and shit. And that's to try to remember, and I will try to make us remember, that everything has to be one. If we're going to actually create and fix the Matrix and what's broken inside of this electromagnetic chessboard game, then what we've got to do is fix it from the inside. As the outside, we can't fix it from. So we have to understand that we, as the original collective of the non-fucking in power kings and queens and all the fucking materialistic fucking fucks out there that are always constantly worried about that shit, that we are the ones that don't give a shit about that, and the ones that actually want to see the world into a new state of awakening, and we want to bring that peace and that love into a world that's filled with duality, and we can use that duality law to balance it for the better. We can, and we are the ones that are supposed to bring it into a new world order. We're supposed to bring in a new state of enlightenment. We're supposed to bring in a new stage of everyone understanding the truth, especially since the Mandela effect that showed that the conscious memory from one singularity, from another parallel dimension, shifts to another parallel dimensional's reality and doesn't lose the actual the memories that were implanted within that consciousness energy field from the last avatar that was experiencing. So that energy shifted, that has full memory of everything from the Sagittarius arm, and now you're in Orion Spur. So that's just showing you right there and then that when you die, your conscious memory is stored in the collective, and then it can be retrieved, just like when you actually exit in and out. And the next time that we exit in and out, after we play through this realities game, we will have 100% collective memory of our past lives. There will not be no amnesia needed to be brought into the game, because we don't want to play that detective game anymore. We're fucking sick of it. Look what we've done to the world. Everything's gone absolute chaos where no one knows the fucking truth anymore, and everything is just an indoctrination teaching since you've been a child to bring you up in someone else's world and bring up a fucking fake Alice in Wonderland reality for you to actually absorb and believe that is the only existence truth, while the ones that actually are the fucking the curtain holders or Oz behind the curtain are the ones that are manipulating society to go in the direction of what they want for service to self, but at the same time, even though they're doing service to self, they're using the law of duality and they're creating service to others to allow us to see through symbolism and their actions of who the God really is and what Source really is and what Source really wants. So it's only when you bring into the terms of using judgment that you start to pick up a left or right playing field or go to that paradigm, and then after that you create through your own systematic belief of your conscious program of what you are to believe of all that, and you start to choose a side so you can never sit neutral and see from the middle of the chessboard game what everything is around you and say, wow, this actually is balanced and it is perfect. You know, it is all 100% full of love. There is no evil that is existent except for the indoctrination teachings that were brought to you to tell you that everything was evil. Like, at the end of the day, like I say to everyone, how can anything exist of anything that's inside of a reality that is just vibration and energy and it's just a constant illusion and you're a hologram that only has an experience? There's nothing really that is physical except for the perception and the energy fields of your mind that actually, with the self-aware consciousness energy around you, make the actual physical become realistic to you to actually believe that it is physical to touch and that you don't fall through it, etc. like that. In reality, we're walking in a ethereal energy cloud and a field of electromagnetic energy, and that energy itself is self-aware that creates this perception of the reality of what we see. We are not this physical meat bags. We are 100% this electromagnetic energy light being inside. We all have the signature of the same light. We're all created from the same place. So I thought I'd put this one out there just to bypass that judgment program and the why is there so much evil and why is there so much pain. The fact is, if there wasn't people out there that had to endure like the fuck lives that you go suicidal in and shit like that, and all of the anxiety, depression, etc., everything has to be experienced as a lower frequency, and some people have to endure those lives. If you logged out of your life right now, you would have to restart. You would have to come back and do the same fucking test again. So those that have the mentality to say, fuck this, I'm going to exit right now. If you exit right now, you're going to wake up, you're going to have your childhood again, but then it's going to go back to the same misery and the same bullshit that you've endured this fucking life. So why would you bother to try to redo it again? You know, you've already gone through all these hardships and all these fucking obstacles that have been placed in this experience. So why would you want to restart all that fucking bullshit again when you just run through it this time, get through this playing level of frequency, and then next time it's a totally different design that's the total duality and of what your life had to be this time. So, you know, it's just a stupid thing to want to exit the matrix while you're progressing in the game and you're learning, even if it is a constant heartache and constant pains and physical pain, whatever. Yeah, it's all needed for the full collective to just be that full collective of energy that has the higher and the lower frequencies of all the electromagnetism energy all together as one collective. So that's the only way to explain it, that you can't have one without the other, and that's the existence of duality. The positive and the negative combine to make the neutral, and you need the neutral to use that energy from it as the intent of the practitioner or whatever goes on after that. So that's just my little brief explaining how pain can't exist, because nothing really is existent inside reality. You don't even fucking exist. You're just a implant of a fucking identity that you have created through your experience, and now you're just an identity. In reality, you are a singularity of consciousness, fucking, and that's it. You're just floating around that electromagnetic beam that's fucking part of the other frequencies that all combine together make that giant collective, and your experience is added to the rest inside of this electromagnetic game server that we experience in, and we have the non-playing background characters that are part of the matrix and the construct, and you have the original players which are made of a different electromagnetic fields but made of the same kind of energy that just works in a different way. So peace, love and respect, everyone. I thought I'd chucked it up. I haven't done anything for fucking ages, so I thought I'd get it up there and let you get a bit of a peace of mind within the mentality of how the fuck is there so much evil and shit, why is there so much pain if God loves us so much. Everything is of divine love. Just to understand that this is non-existent and it's an illusion takes you to the point of understanding that God created a game. He created a virtual reality game, and now you understand virtual reality where we're getting to inside of the matrix. So look around out of your real eyes and fucking then realize what the fuck is really going on. You are in that virtual reality game that we are trying to constantly fucking manifest inside of the Matrix, but it'll only, once it happens, then you'll get the full understanding of what's really going on. But at the moment, the graphics are so fucking divine. Everything inside the game is designed in the exact fucking perfect plan to bring awareness and to bring everyone into the state of enlightenment. You need to have all of these bad things going on, or no one can be enlightened to remember the truth. You need to have that, the one you can blame, or as it says in fucking Scarface, you know, you need the bad guy. You need the bad guy to blame for things and shit. So that it's all needed inside of the frequency of the Matrix for us to understand and to move into the next fucking whole frequency of the electromagnetic reality of what we create. And as we bypass through these things, you know, like you got ups and downs right through your life. Some people don't even get the up to go with their lives and shit. They just have a constant down right through. But unfortunately, they are the fucking heroes of this reality. They have to endure so much fucking bullshit for the rest of us to never have to do that shit. Well, I'm one of the ones that experienced the fucking lowest, so, but it's fine, mate. I understand exactly what goes on, but like I'm saying, we have to have people like this that allow us as the others not to have to endure that, and the low frequencies have to be the higher frequencies that have been in the past realities, because you've already been decided, well, you're going to have this fucking perfect life and everything before, so this next life that you come back, you've got to endure that fucking pain. You've got to endure what you've never, ever, ever dreamed that you could have to go through and shit. And then the test is, in this reality, is are you worthy enough to keep trying to live through it and bypass it, or are you going to be that fucking pussy that sits back in the corner and says, oh, fuck it, I'm going to hang myself, or I'm going to fucking shoot up this and fucking get an air bubble to my head, I'm going to fucking put a gun to my fucking head tonight so I can exit because the pain is too much. But there is no fucking pain, and the only thing you're doing with shit like that is you're going to repeat. You're going to repeat yourself to have to fucking do it over and over and over again until you actually come in, complete the level and the design of the message that's been designed by the one consciousness for you to grasp in your whole own electromagnetic singularity, and so you can advance. And until you actually pass that experience, you're going to repeat that experience until you fucking get through it, and then you can say, well, now I can have a new experience. Because if you keep doing it now, you're just going to restart, which is a sad fucking thing, but it's just how it works. Peace, love, and respect, everyone. I thought I'd chuck this up there for a new video since I haven't done anything for ages. And like I said, the book's coming soon, so I hope a lot of you get so much out of it. I've put my heart and my soul and my blood and my tears into the fucking cunt, that's for sure. And I've tried in every understanding to explain that reality, that perception is all an illusion, and I've broke it down by different parts of explaining all the quantumness, the different designs of what science says, and the spiritual aspects and the spirituality aspects to it, and the electromagnetic body, what we are before we come in here, after what we do when we go out of here, how we work when we're in here, connected to the endocrine system and the spiritual anatomy, and just so much more and more and more and more and more, including a few examples of my life when I was younger and the experiences that I've gone through with the paranormal, which back then I couldn't really understand because I was a young boy, and these days I have a full understanding of why it was created, how it was created, what signs started it to create, and stuff like that. So it's put in there to give people an understanding of the same experiences that have happened to them, then why did it happen, and it all comes down to the subconscious mind, basically, is that 30,000 times more powerful manifester, and we always use that to manifest from, but the conscious minds decide to try to actually believe that they're the ones in control when they're not. So, alright people, peace, love and respect, and I'll get back to you soon. Alright, peace. Yeah, g'day YouTube and all out there, so I thought I'd do a video for you to